In the last U.S. game, we were screwed over. A red card was issued to one of our top players because of this little interaction. Here he comes. Two guys going for it. Falls down. Boom. That clearly dual bump into incidental contact from two guys playing a sport, which I played soccer, I played basketball. Happens all the time. That contact earned him a red card, which means he wasn't going to be able to play in our next game. Now, right now, the U.S. is in the field of 16. It's the furthest we've been in a while, since 2002. And we have the best World Cup team we've maybe ever had. Odds of us winning it all are still very low, but we could continue to advance, shock the world. And yeah, baby, it's America time. We love it. This is great. But they're trying to rig it against us. That's what it appears to be. But then Trump came along and he got the guy out. Very interesting. But let's listen to what Trump had to say about all this.
You're asking me about the whole soccer thing? So, yeah, I did. I spoke to Johnny, who's highly respected, who's produced the most successful World Cup in history by, they say, 4 times. This isn't just a success. I actually said, Johnny, we've got all these games. Each one is turning out to be a Super Bowl. And we have all these games. You know, when you think of it, every game is like a Super Bowl. Yes, I watched last night. What a game that was with Mexico and England. I mean, 2 countries, I don't know the players, although I think Kane is a great player. See, I played golf with him, and I like him a lot. He's a good golfer, too. But he's really great. But I watched, and no reason for me to watch, and you couldn't take your eyes off the game. Because I said, Johnny, you know, you have all these games, because they added games, in a country where really we don't, it's not our main sport, to put it mildly. And this has been 4 times more successful. He told me last night the numbers are 4 times greater. They think 50 or 60 million people are going to be watching the game tonight. I mean, you know, this is getting to be Super Bowl numbers. But you have a game tonight, and they think they're projecting a minimum of 50 million people watching a game. We call it soccer. It's called football, I guess, but we can't really call it football because it gets there's a little confusion. So yeah, you call it soccer.
It's
We're
soccer.
The only ones that do that, but
Sorry,
we're football.
Folks, it's soccer.
And football's great. But I've never seen anything like it. So I saw the play, and I'm a person that loves sports, and
This is going to piss liberals off so much because they care about this. They care about more, you know, liberals usually aren't huge sports fans. On general, I'm not saying all of them, but there are some that are. And they tend to trend towards soccer because they believe the rest of the world is superior to us, so why not? And then they tend to trend towards basketball, which is, you know, become very black-coded and it's very much embraced the liberal identity. And so the fact that Trump is telling us that he basically just saved our team is going to drive them crazy, and they're going to hate this part.
Good athlete, and I understand sports really well, and that wasn't a foul. That wasn't even an infraction. That was 2 guys running full speed that happened to crash into each other. You can't take your foot and properly place it on somebody else's foot when you're going, no, these were 2 great athletes that got tangled up, and this referee, who is a little bit suspect, if you check his past. I don't want to say that because I don't like to create controversy, but very suspect.
You think so? Yeah, I think so. Of course they're suspect. This happens to the U.S. in the Olympics as well. Anytime we're in an international body of sports, we get treated unfairly. It's just the way it is. The rest of the world hates our excellence. It hates that we're better than them. It's just a fact. And not that we're the best team when it comes to soccer or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying in general, our country is just so far superior in every aspect. We do put out the best athletes. Our best athletes just don't play soccer. That kind of thing. But they hate it. They hate that we dominate the Olympics, all that. And this happens every year in every event. So of course they were going to try to find a way to screw us in the World Cup. But we have Trump.
If you'd like, I'll provide you with the past. He made a call that nobody could believe. You know, even people on the other side, they say, oh, we got lucky. Wow, that's... And it's very interesting. They say they don't show them in slow motion. And I never realized that. I never heard of that before. That they're not allowed to review in slow motion because it's so different. Because you'll take one little quarter of a second and you'll see that a hand is touching a neck or you see something. Whereas when you see it in fast motion, it will look like two guys collided, which is really what happened. They got sort of entangled. He didn't do anything wrong. And he's our best player or one of our best players. A very vital player. And he gave him a red card. I didn't know what that meant. I didn't think it meant much. Then I started hearing that means he...
How funny is it that Trump is just... He probably never watched soccer before, just to be honest. And I got to say, this actually endears him to a lot of American, especially American men, because soccer is like the 5th most popular sport in America. It's football by a long shot. And then basketball is second, pretty far ahead. And then it goes baseball, hockey, soccer. That's the rankings. Soccer is trying to dethrone... it's making a play to dethrone baseball and hockey. It's not quite there yet. But the funny thing is him being honest about not knowing what that is, because a lot of Americans don't. This is the kind of thing we love about him. But yet, what we do love is America. And so in the World Cup, we're all rooting for it. Some of us are watching sports we never watched before because it's America. And if we win, it'd be huge for us. But anyways, this kind of the way Trump breaks it down, just it makes me laugh.
You can't play in the next game, at least in the next game. I said, boy, that's a big, if it happened to another player, it would have been unfair. But when they take your best player, or just about, they have some great players, and they say you can't play, that's very unfair. That's, it's one thing to penalize somebody for the game, but how do you penalize them for a game that hasn't been played yet? It's very unfair. You can't do that. So, yes, I asked for a review by FIFA. I spoke to a man who's highly respected, and by the way, whose level of respect has gone up tenfold. And he was good before this started, but he really pushed it in this country. I'm the one that got them to do it. It was not Biden. Biden was asleep. I got him to do it. In fact, it was very sad because I got him to do it. And if the progression was normal, I would have been retired. Now, the Democrats are saying, man, we should have just let him have his way. We would have had him gone. But I said, the saddest thing is I got the Olympics and I got the World Cup. I tried to claim 250 years too, but that didn't work. They said, that one is what it is. No, I tried, but it didn't work. But wait. So I got him. I was so proud of it. And then I realized that, I wouldn't be president during that because I would have been out of office by that time. I felt badly. The beautiful thing about what I did is I ran. I never thought of it. And then all of a sudden I realized, I just got the Olympics, and I totally got that myself. And I just got FIFA. I got that myself. We gave a little piece to Canada, gave a little piece to Mexico. I got that myself. And a lot of people helped, like that man right there, Kevin. A lot of people, that.
Democrats are going to be so mad about this. He's right. He brought this here, which, again, lots of patriotism because of FIFA World Cup being here in America, leading into the midterms. And then we get the Olympics in Los Angeles in 28, heading into the 28 election. That's massive, folks. So Trump, just brilliant how he set all this up. But again, so he just called out how rigged it is. He called out the ref. He calls out the stupidity of the red card rule, where in this international competition, you can just arbitrarily suspend somebody for the next game. It's so ridiculous. It's so stupid. Calls all that out. Everybody loves it. But then the full story is that he went to Lutnick, and Lutnick had lawyers that knew the FIFA guys. Those lawyers work with FIFA. They contacted FIFA. And I have a feeling there was some... Trump was like, will you talk to this guy? I have a feeling there was some strong arming there. Like, are you seriously going to do this to us? And so anyways, he's back. And this is what's going to drive everybody crazy.
You get a red card. Nah, bro, I have the Trump card. I win. What? That's not how it works.
Because now everybody has to admit that Trump saved our team. It's so amazing. And it's Dave Portnoy's already calling it out.
I'm going to need some fact checking from fact check people. Mm-hmm. But I've seen a lot of talk that this has been done before in the World Cup. Like Ronaldo had his suspension pushed off, a bunch of things. So it's not the first time this has ever happened. It was the right call. And this has united a nation. I'll also say, and I know, T-Bob, you're not a Trump guy, and I don't know people's politics. If you are against this and you're a United States citizen, deported. I want you out of the country. If you have a problem with this guy playing because you're letting politics get in the way and you don't like Trump placed a phone call and you think this is wrong, deported. I want you on the first bus, plane, train. See ya. Go live somewhere else. This is about winning soccer. I'm going to need some.
Portnoy is a liberal. He's a Dem. He's saying this. And so, again, just beautiful. But it tells you there are people going to Portnoy. Portnoy's hearing it in their own circles. Deported, like, screw this. Trump did this. This is jacked up. People rooting against our own team. Isn't that crazy? That crazy, but it is happening. But regardless, like it or not, like Trump or not, he saved Team America. And hopefully we win tonight. If we get to 8, we're only 2 wins away. I think 3 wins away. Sorry. But that's very close. We haven't been to 8 since 2002. So this is getting very, very exciting. And, you know, they just can't stand how well this is going for us. Here's an amazing video breakdown of a guy who came here from Germany and just having a crazy reaction to being in America. This is like this World Cup is legitimately having an effect on the entire world and our standing in the world. Listen to this.
A German fan is brought to tears not because Germany was eliminated from the World Cup, but because of how he was treated in America.
I fall in love with this country, and this was so emotional. I even cried in the stadium.
Call it a stereotype or a reputation that New Englanders are cold, even rude. But that couldn't be further away from the truth, at least not for a lot of visitors that are here for the World Cup. Sebastian Kraus has been spending the last several weeks in the U.S. following the German soccer team from Houston to Boston. Sebastian was afraid of coming over, saying that the news in Europe painted a picture of America being dangerous. But at every stop from the moment he landed, he says everyone has treated him with kindness and respect and has not felt unsafe.
Americans are not rude, Germans are not rude. If we are together, we can achieve great things.
Those experiences were topped by a New Englander's generosity. A Red Sox fan who, after a German celebration at Fenway Park, offered Sebastian and his friends to give him a ride to their hotel. It was a culmination of all his moments of joy that then led to this. That stranger is Bob Cyrus. He says all he wanted to do was to make Sebastian feel welcome.
Love USA.
Enjoy your time in the U.S.
To me, I watched the video by myself maybe 40 times. I had tears in my eyes.
Just like many others have when he's traveled the world.
This is incredible. This is completely changing the idea of thousands and thousands. Think of how many thousands of people, if not millions of people, have come here from abroad and are experiencing our country under Trump, by the way, the great dictator. Unbelievable. Just absolutely game changer. This guy's crying because it's like he's been so blessed by America. He says, I love this country now. This is a shift. See, and these are the things not a lot of people like to talk about. Yes, it's fun to share these videos, but what people aren't talking about is that these are the things that shift the culture moving forward. There are young people right now who are watching that Trump just saved our team America, who are rooting for America, who are devastated when this guy got the red card and was going to be suspended. Teenagers, 10-year-olds who love soccer watching this, that their parents might be liberal, but they just have to hear that Trump saved their team, that we get to be a whole team tonight. It's very similar to the Europeans coming over here and finding out that this dictatorship, evil, dangerous American country they've been hearing about is nothing like it at all. Those are the things that stick with you. You learn, as much as you hate Trump, you got to say, yeah, but at least he got this guy for it. That's a chink in their armor, and it'll eventually spread. So what's happening right now because of the World Cup is amazing. And it's showing us that there is, all people have to do is experience something to wake up. And I think going forward, we're going to see this spreading in a very positive way for everything we're hoping for in the future.